Welcome to Night Shift with Justin S. King. Over the years, I've heard many different ways how to stop pressing the snooze button. When I was younger, I read a blog, Self-Development for Smart People. And on that blog, Steve Pavlina, he suggested that you practice getting up quickly in the morning by taking an afternoon and pretending to be asleep. And then when the alarm goes off, you get up right away. He recommended doing this several times over and over again. And I actually did this when I was just around 16 years old. I tried it a couple times for a few weekends. Did it make a big impact on how I got up? I don't think so. There's other ways I've heard about how to stop pressing snooze. You can get an alarm clock that when it goes off, it screams, falls on the floor, dances, and you have to chase it around. There's scales that you have to solve problems on. But today I'm going to be sharing with you the way that I've found the most effective for myself and for people I've worked with outside of just having a greater purpose to get up. So let's face it, if you have something to do in the morning, somewhere to go, you're less inclined to press snooze. So this tool began its story in 2009 when a woman woke up every morning with dread. Her chest was heavy. Her mind raced. She was overwhelmed with emotions, depressions, faced by all the problems in her life. She had money problems, mortgages piling up, a marriage that was under huge strain. She was jobless. Her confidence was gone. And when the alarm went off, it felt like she had to face everything. So she pressed snooze and stayed in bed over and over again for months. She knew she needed a change, but she didn't know what to do. So one night, while making a drink for herself, she caught a glimpse of the TV and she saw on that TV screen a rocket countdown. It counted down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off. And when she saw that, she knew, she had the instinct, this is it. This is how I'm going to get up in the morning. And guess what? The next morning, when her alarm went off, she counted 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and she blasted herself out of bed. It worked. And the reason it worked is because it bypassed this gap between when she had to make the decision and when her brain decided to shut her down. This is how Mel Robbins came up with the 5-second rule. And this one simple shift in her morning began to make big changes in her life. So the 5-second rule is this: once you have an instinct, you have 5 seconds to move before your brain shuts it down. When I had my own health scare and I had a sleep coach, one of the first things they told me was to make sure that I get out of bed within the first 10 minutes of waking up. Because pressing the snooze button is not harmless. I've had many conversations with men who beat themselves up over and over again for pressing the snooze button. They've shown me their to-do lists at the end of the day and nothing accomplished because they pressed the snooze button for hours. Pressing snooze or getting up within 10 minutes is the first decision of the day, and it trains your nervous system and your identity for the next 16 hours. They say when you press snooze, you're pressing snooze on your dreams. You're telling your dreams that they can wait, and you're telling yourself that you can't keep your promises. You're choosing comfort over courage. Biologically, pressing snooze makes you feel physically worse. When you wake up, melatonin drops, cortisol rises, but if you go back to sleep, you interrupt the waking up process, and the result is sleep inertia, giving you brain fogs, headaches, grogginess, lower mood, slower reaction time, and contributing to bad decisions. Knowing what to do isn't enough. Most people already know they shouldn't press the snooze button. Others plan for the snooze with 2, 3, 4 alarms. The problem is the gap between knowing and acting, and that's why the 5-second rule is powerful. You just picture that NASA rocket, countdown 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off, and get out of bed. You bypass fear, doubt, emotion, and habit, and you just get up. The interesting thing about the 5-second rule is though Mel created it to stop pressing the snooze button, her book identifies many other ways that you can use this in your daily life to change your life 5 seconds at a time. You can even use this as a 5-second rule to stop using electronics an hour before bed, or to actually go to bed at the time you said you will. Because actually going to bed at the time you said you will will help you to stop pressing that snooze button in the morning as well. If you want to learn more how she uses this rule outside of just pressing the snooze button, check out her book, The 5-Second Rule. And this is the simple shift for today. Try the 5-second rule when you get out of bed tomorrow. Even if you don't have a problem pressing snooze, just count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off. The image kind of creates a little smile in your head, and you can also begin to apply it to other decisions throughout your day. Stop pressing snooze is just one part of the 7-part fall asleep fast formula. If you'd like to get a free copy of that can change your sleep habits in as little as 3 days, go to justinSking.com/fast and I'll send that over to you. My name is Justin S. King, and I help entrepreneurs find peace tonight and for the rest of their lives through sleep optimization, emotion regulation, and discovering their purpose. Good night.